Welcome. Now, thank you. Now, in this class, we're going to see what is a PIP in Forex. What is a PIP in Okay, simple. What is a PIP? This one, it is a small unit used to measure the exchange rate of the currencies, between the two currencies. Now, PIP is the teeny unit measuring how much a currency price changes. Now, everyone look here. Now, in Euro USD, this currency, the pair of currencies, this is the in US dollars. We said this is a base and this is a port. Now, in a base, 1 euro is equals to this US dollars. Now, the PIP is this unit. We're talking about the teeny unit measuring how much a currency price changes. Now, this one is a PIP. This one is 1 PIP. It is the fourth decimal digit. Okay? A PIP is a fourth exceptional. There is other. Okay, that's the first spot. For most major currencies, it sits at the fourth decimal. Every major currencies, it sits on the fourth decimal. Now that is our PIP. What is we call a PIP? The last and the smallest small unit measuring the change of the currencies, the price. That is the price. Now, the first spot for most currency, it sits at the fourth decimal places. Now you can see 0.001. It sits on the last of 4. Now, the yen exception. Now, in those currencies, except Japanese yen. Now, the Japanese yen, exception of the Japanese yen, pairs are different. Now, their pairs are different. Now, you see maybe Euro JPY. Euro JPY. These things are different. Now, it's different in terms of their unit. It changes with 3 decimals. Now, pairs are different. Their pips sit at the second decimal place. Now, at this second, the way we say 1, 10, hundreds, thousands. Now, this one is 1. This was 10, hundreds. Now, in this second decimals from here, from this is how we read. This is how we read a PIP. Now, you can see the difference of PIP sit at the second decimal places. Now, that is only for yen. That is exceptional for yens only. The other, you can see we have seen here the fourth decimal places. It is for many major currencies, but exceptional of maybe JPY is the only that consists of the 2 decimal places. Okay, yeah. Okay, still on the what is a PIP in Forex. Now, there is this currency pair, the British pound and the US dollars, and this is the price for the US dollars, buying with British pound. Now, here we're going to look at what is a pipette. We have looked at what is a PIP. Now, what is a pipette? A pipette, now here, is pipette. Now here, a pipette is a fractional PIP representing 1/10 of a full PIP. Now, let us come to this one. Now, we said in a PIP, there is 4 decimal places. Now, in pipette, most brokers, they do this. They put the fifth digit, in the difference of how the price changes. Now, that one cannot scare you. The fifth decimal digit, this is what we call a pipette. No, it is from 1, 2, 3, 4. It is from 4. No, we said the 4 of them, they have the PIP. Now, when it has another one. Now, this one is for the broker for precisely making it like for pricing. It doesn't make any. Now, for the traders, you might see this one may change with even 1. Now, you may see this price may go to even 1.0 maybe 1.3055. The exchange with one pipette. Now that one is a very small digit compared to PIP. Now it's for not more traders may figure out what it is, but it is a precisely for pricing. That is for brokers. That is what they do. And you might even look at it as a trader. You might look at it and see this thing as this thing we are talking about. It has some difference. There's something, but it is a very teeny, a tenth of. You see, it is a tenth of a full pip. 1/10 of a full pip. It doesn't make any comparison in your price changes. See, yeah. Now, look, it is found at the 5th decimal place for standard pairs. Now, this standard pairs, it is found at the fifth digit. Not like PIP is found in a 4th digit for decimals. Now, but unlike for JPY, so we saw JPY it consists of 2 decimal places for a PIP. Now, 1/10 of that full PIP for JPY, it should be for the 3 decimal places. No, in JPY you will see it in 3 decimal places. Now that is the 1/10 of the PIP. That is a pipette, a very teeny unit. It's a very small unit. It doesn't make, if you see the difference in that, it doesn't make any difference in when choosing a PIP. See, on choosing the changes of the price doesn't make any difference. It is a 1/10 of that full PIP. Now, modern brokers show this as a smaller shrunken number. It is a smaller shrunken number on the far right of the quote. On the far right of the quote. That is what we call a pipette. A shrunken number on the far right of the quote. Now let us see the next on what is a PIP in Forex. Now in this is the math itself. Math itself in calculating the PIP. Now 10,000 of USD stock. These are the units. Because he chose to use 10,000 units of the lot. That is the lot. 10,000 units of USD and Canadian dollars. Now Canadian dollars, the exchange rate of it is 1.020 for US dollars. Now this one is 0.000. That is 0.001 Canadian dollar. That is the PIP. This one is the PIP. This one is the PIP value, the change value of this Canadian dollar, and this is the exchange rate of Canadian dollar. That is the USA and the Canadian dollar. Now this, if one dollar is equals, if $1 is equals 1.0200 CAD. That is the exchange rate. Now the PIP here, 0.0001. Now 1 is the PIP, because we have said times 1 times 10,000. This 10,000 of USD. Now this is how it should be. You see, it should be like this. Now USD per unit, you get, it is 0.0009 times this one times this one. You say this one is the 10,000 units times the exchange rate, not the exchange rate of Canadian dollar, and this is the PIP. Now you see 10,000 times, these are the unit per the dollars per unit. That is PIPs per unit. It is 0.0009804. Now every pair has a unique PIP value. Every pair has a unique PIP value, because exchange rate constantly fluctuates. The formula PIP value times value change in counter divide by the exchange currency, which is the exchange currency. Now you see, I'll get to see you in the next video how you do the calculation on this one. Now, lot multipliers, once you have the single unit, value multiplied by total trade. One single unit, this is the single unit, this one per pip. You multiply by the unit. That is a 10,000 to see the real value per. That is to see the real value per unit side. Now I think in the next step, let me show you how to calculate the units and the pip value, the formula itself. In this, you calculate. We are going to see how you calculate the value of the pip. Now, found a pip value is same as account currency. Found pip value is same as account currency. You keep it, you convert it. Now, I'm going to show you the formula of calculating the pip value on your current account currency, on when you are trading the account currency that is not the same with the pip. See, I'll make you understand this. Account currency, your ultimate profit or losses must be shown in your home currency. That is your home currency: USD, British pound, and New Zealand pound. Conversion rule: if your found pip value is different from your account. Now, this is what I'm telling you. If the pip value is different from your account currency, multiply or divide it by the currency exchange. Now, the first step I'm going to take is account currency. We're going to calculate the pip value. I'll show you step by step. Now here, it is understanding the pip value and the math formula. Now, fundamentals formula. Now, the pip formula, the pip value, 1 pip standard divide by current exchange. Get 1 pip standard. Now that is the pip standard. This is the 0.01. The pip standard, that is the pip standard. If the pip, if one standard pip here is 0.01, that is the pip standard. Now 1 pip standard divided by current exchange rate. Current exchange rate, this is this rate of the currency. This rate of the currency. Now that is the pip value. Now you say if you buy a mini note of 10,000 units. Now these are the mini note of 10,000 units. Now you times by, you say first you say these are the 10,000 units. This one are the way I showed you, you divide by 50:1 average. Now these are the 10,000 units. One standard pip here is 1 standard pip here is 0.01 Canadian dollars. That is a standard pip. Divide that by the rate. Now this you divide by exchange rate, which is 1.200. Now you get the pip per unit. This pip value per unit. This pip value per unit. If you want to get the pip value per unit, now that is how you divide. You divide by the pip standard pip, and you divide by the currency rate. Now you are going to get, this is the unit. This is the pip value per unit. Now you multiply, because you are using the 10,000 units lot. You say times 10,000. If it was 100,000, you say that is standard lot. You have said times 10,000. Now you get 0.99 units. What it means for every single pip market moves up or down. Account balance changes by $0.98. You see, It means for every single pip, market moves up, because they are the 0.98 units. For every single market moves up or down, account balance, if it moves up or down, the market changes by $0.8. That is how you know if you're making money or you're making losses, to pips value. Understood? Now that is how it is. Let's check the second part of the what is pip in Forex.